Minecraft has a fairly new mechanic that allows you to go into crawl mode with the press of a trapdoor. And I, today, want to abuse that mechanic and make a vertically challenged house. And in the making of almost any type of house, building the foundation is a surefire way to start your thought process, which I have done here. Now that I have the foundation in, I have kind of a good idea of how I want this house to turn out to be, other than being vertically challenged. So, I want this house to be sort of like a stack of pancakes with 3 floors, one here, a second floor here, and then a third floor here, which hopefully will max out at a height of around 4 blocks if everything goes to plan. And naturally, the only way to tell if things go to plan is to actually execute the plan, so I think the next step, of course, is to see if we can actually fit in a house like this. And I think the only logical next step to get that ball rolling is to attempt to build the door mechanism, and I'm wondering what trapdoor should I use. I know I'm going to use trapdoors. Pistons take up too much space, but I think in this build, the birch trapdoor seems to fit best. So why don't we just put something here as a temporary thing, and this is pretty much all we need. And now with the front prettified, I have a solid style in which to finish the rest of the main structure. It's kind of actually looking like a little bit of a micro house more than a vertically challenged house. Everything is downsized in some way, not just the vertical. But I'm still quite fond of it. And now it is time to tackle the train wreck of the interior. And the best way to start the process is trying to make sure that we don't end up like this, because if we're like this, we are now stuck. There is no way to get out of the house without breaking out or placing a trapdoor, but we're going to ignore that obvious solution right now and try to figure out a way to get up to each floor without getting out of crawl mode. Aha, I think I figured it out. Yeah, that seems to work, although I'm going to switch this trapdoor out for something that fits better with the floor color. Namely, one that is made of the floor. There we go. That looks kind of odd, but I think it's going to do. And now, with the fancy schmancy staircases in, we can figure out the proper layout for the interior, where rooms and stuff are concerned, and man, this speed is infuriating. One sec. There we go. Oh, that's much more bearable. I'll just turn off particles and we will be set to decorate. Where this room is concerned, this is just the area underneath the top floor, I was thinking of making it sort of like a little game room, something that you could relax in and play video games or perhaps watch movies. So I figured we'd put a little bit of a massive couch in here. It actually looks pretty huge and you can't sit on it, but you know, it fits the bill fine. And we'll put some lights here, maybe they can be like speakers. And there we go, a fancy game room. Maybe we should add perhaps a little plant as well. Oh, there we go. That definitely completes it. Perhaps even some carpet. There we go. Beautiful. And for this tiny little alcove here, I've made a sort of pseudo bathroom. Doesn't have any amenities because, well, they can't fit, but I think it looks kind of alright, and it's got a little sorry excuse for a shower, although don't want to pay attention to the walls here. These are conflicting with the staircase for the 3rd floor, so I'm not going to replace them, but I think it looks okay from out here, which is what counts. This front entrance room I don't think is anything special. I just want it to be sort of like a transition room between, well, the entertainment cave and the upstairs portion. So I'm just going to place a little bit of furniture. These could probably be chairs if you think hard enough. Although they're pretty bad, but you know what? This is a pretty bad house, so we're going to stick with them. And up here I was thinking I would make this sort of the main dining room. So let's make a dining table out of these spruce trapdoors and get some dining chairs out in the form of pressure plates. Yes, oh, I didn't. Well, you can't sit on the chairs, but they look pretty. Oh, yeah, definitely can't sit on them for fear of expulsion. But, I mean, they look alright, so long as you don't interact with them at all. Maybe let's put some plants in this corner here, and some decoration over here. Look at that. And finally, on the top floor, I need to put in a kitchen and a bedroom. So I've segregated this room into 2 sections. The bedroom's going to be in here, and we're going to put a kitchen right here with nice fancy counters. So the counters get in the way of the windows a little bit, but we're not going to pay attention to that. And really, this is all the detail we can put without, you know, encroaching on other pieces of space. And I'm looking for iron. There we go. We can use this, make this the fridge. There we go. It's not very functional, but, well, I mean, nothing in this house is, so it's not really much of a loss. And, of course, for the bedroom, we're not going to use proper beds, we're going to use carpets. and snow. Because a regular bed would be far too large to fit in here. So let's... Oh, that's not a carpet. There we go. And there's your teeny tiny bed and your teeny tiny desk. Now, I could add a chair like this, but, you know, it's looking a little bit too cluttered with the chair, so I'm just going to forego it. But with that, and maybe some... Oh, I messed up. Maybe some brush here for decoration, and we are finished. The interior of this house. Now all that's left to do is to add some decoration to the outside, and we are finished everything. Gardening with speed. And with the gardening taken care of, this house is now finished, and it looks like a resident has already moved in.